But it's okay, so you can't lose to her.
Yeah.
Whatever. Welcome back, guys. Killing Esports here. My name's Inglewood.
And I'm Snurdaperds.
We are on my favorite map and everyone else's least favorite map, Calderim Altar, casting a ZvP.
You know what I like is they ended up on opposite sides, which usually doesn't happen because it's a 4-player map, correct?
Yeah, that is correct. So
this only happens one out of 4 times.
1 out of 3 times.
Whatever.
Good
Same
try.
Math.
Good try. Yeah. So big old macro map. Hopefully gonna be a good one. flicEmyndri, the orange Protoss spawning in the southeast, is known for his 3-base Colossus tech timings.
And not only that, but he loves the harass with his
Yeah, he's really good with the warp prism harass.
Yeah.
So all that robotics tech, and his opponent ZoF, not ZoF as we called him the first 2 nights we were casting his games, but ZoF is a random player, but during our games he usually likes to go Zerg, so I think Zerg is the race he's most comfortable with. He's most notably known for winning the games that he plays, so we'll have to see how this goes tonight.
Yeah, he's definitely a winner, and we like him because he's so appreciative of our streaming. So,
and he's really handsome in real life.
Huge genitals.
Huge genitals. Really huge genitals. Not just long either. I mean, like girthy. Has like a good musky smell to it that's not offensive, but it's still masculine. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, he's kind of doing something different here. He's got 2 gateways down right here. And we got a second base coming down for ZoF.
Yeah, I mean the second base out of ZoF is completely expected, but the 2 gateways is, you're right, that's different.
That's
I
really
don't know
different.
if he's just doing that because he wants to wall off quickly in case there's early Zergling pressure, and he obviously can't make a cybernetics core until he gets the gateway completed. But no, that can't be it because he could have just thrown down a forge. So yeah, I think he's obviously going to try and do some 2-gate pressure here, and yes, that's exactly what he's doing. Here comes the chrono boost.
Yeah, and his probe's up here scouting, and he's got... Oh, that's another Overlord.
This is to be scouted by ZoF's drone. We're going to see what his response to this is going to be, because he's definitely going to see that there's 2 gateways and that they're being chronoed into. And actually that Zealot pops out on the wrong side, and that's going to allow the drone to come right on in. We see the drone kind of dance around for a minute, because he's like, wait a minute. Wait, I've seen this before. Oh, fuck.
He's like, this sucks. Whatever just happened sucks.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take my squiggly little worm tendrils and go home with them.
So what do you think a drone does, like in his free time?
Harvests other things. I mean, they probably have related skills like rock collecting. They probably frequent like wax figure museums.
Yeah, but I mean, they're so like cool looking. You'd think they would just hang out in the water. They're like little water beasts.
So 3 Zealot pressure coming in with a probe who's probably going to chuck down a pylon around here so that he has a proxy later on in the game. But ZoF knew this was coming, obviously, so he made a lot of lings. He's got 1 spine crawler that just completed, and that's going to save his ass right now, because those 3 Zealots against all those lings, flicEmyndri might have won that. But with this 1 spine crawler now, I think ZoF's pretty safe, and the Protoss is going to have to come up with a plan B.
Yeah, and where's he going? Cybernetics core, forge, another pylon. Finally setting down his second base, and ZoF here is scouting the 3rd just to make sure he's not trying to expand again.
Right. And ZoF looks like, I don't know if he's fishing around trying to find where that Zealot pack went. Yeah, he is. Okay, I thought he was going to go pressure his opponent, but no, he was just trying to find where these Zealots went, and he did indeed find them. That was a chance for a big surround, but probably not quite enough Zerglings there, because they do fall kind of quickly. That's a shitload of Zealots for this early in the game, to be honest.
And we see a lot of Zerg coming out here because they're going to run over here and try to get that surround.
Yeah, try and get a couple of them. But behind this, he's not overcommitting. He's actually making drones. So he's going to get a few Zealots. Wow, he might actually get... Yeah, he does.
Yeah, and he just tears them up.
Beautifully done. And so he didn't overproduce Lings. He made a round of 8 drones behind that. Now he's adding on 5 more. So he's going to fully saturate both bases. And let's take a look at unit count. Thanks to Chrono Boost, I guess, the Protoss has actually got the worker lead for now, but that won't last long. Not with ZvP producing drones like he is. 7 more on the way.
Yep, and he force fields his entrance, catches one of the Zerglings inside, and thanks to Zerg speed, he got most of them out of the way and on the outside.
Yeah, that's always a good trade though. Getting a bunch of energy out of the sentry for 1 Ling, like ZvP is going to be pretty happy doing that all day until those sentries just don't have energy anymore. And so eventually, if they don't add on another cannon over there or something, he is going to get in there.
And probe's gone, and let's see if he just continues.
He's still macroing behind this. Yes, there is a cannon there. I wouldn't recommend doing. Oh, bad force field.
And he gets them all inside, which is exactly where he wants to be. And now he tears down
that sentry kill. That's really expensive. That's what, 50 minerals and 100 gas per sentry, I think. So that's like 150 resources, and more importantly than that, 100 of which were gas, which are at a, gas is like a premium commodity this early in the game. And also, additionally to that, not only is he killing the sentry, but he's preventing that sentry from sitting there for another 5 minutes and maxing out on energy. So that could have been like 4 force fields later on during the game, and that's not going to be there now. So a good win for ZvP. And behind this, after droning strong, he's putting down his 3rd base and a macro hatch.
Yeah, this is definitely looking to be in ZvP's favor currently. We see the proxy pylon come down here. This is kind of a shallow location, but it leads right up to the 3rd, which then leads into the 2nd back to his main. But he really wanted to get this down earlier.
Well, yeah, he was a little bit late to get Warp Gate out, so it wouldn't have done a ton of good during that first push. He needed every mineral he could muster to do that early zealot pressure, and that was a bit of a gamble, and it didn't wind up paying off for him. And so yeah, you're right. I mean, Warp Gate is late. He would have liked it earlier, but hindsight being 2020, he kind of threw the dice and chose to delay it in order to get zealots out faster.
And he's bringing out another pylon here. He's just gonna keep moving his pylons up as quickly as he can.
Well, yeah, that's where he ideally wanted his proxy pylon anyway. If it was not a Zerg, if it was a race that typically stays on 2 base, that's where the proxy would have gone. So that first pylon he put down was just like a in the meantime kind of pylon.
Yes, and we see that Roach and that Zergling that was spawning there, they were queued up to here, and now he's going to walk right into this fuck fest.
Oh, he threw away a probe. Well, that was probably not the best unit to scout with. So no more pylons going to be coming out of this group. But ZvP takes off. He's like, hey, you know what? You think I'm sitting there? You think I'm being defensive? But I'm not, because now there's a dozen Lings.
Well, look at that split. A single guy and then the rest of the army.
He's unique.
Yeah.
It's hipster Ling.
He's like, yo, bro, I heard. Yeah, and now he's going to come in here and he's going to try to fuck this up. Let's see what he does to these zealots, And
yeah, not quite enough there that time. Roach speed is on the way, as is +1/+1 for roaches. So he's not going to get the Ling damage upgrade. He's going for missile damage. So definitely going to transition into roaches out of ZvP, and flicEmyndri doing exactly what he always does. He's getting down a Twilight Council, probably for Blink. He's getting down a Robotics Bay for Colossus. Colossi #1 on the way out. I guess Sus #1 on the way out. And also the range buff has begun. So he'll get that extended thermal lance, and he's actually chronoing that out.
Oh, I'm on.
He wants to get that out as fast as possible.
Man, I left us on the unit tab for way too long. Sorry, amateur.
Everyone say, Snurtipurds, get your fucking ass in gear. Hey, Snurtipurds, get your fucking ass in gear.
Oh, great job. Thanks, fans.
Yep.
Anyway, we see some roaches and some Zerglings. They're just running all over the map.
Yeah, I think he's looking for pylons. He's trying to find any other warp-in locations that Myndri put down.
Oh, and there's a Zergling all by itself, or Zealot all by itself, and it just gets fucked the fuck up.
Yeah, 3 cannons and 3.5 cannons awaiting this Zerg force. So if he actually takes out those 2 pylons, he'll depower everything. And that's exactly what he does. He targets down those pylons, and those cannons are going to go dark. So that's...
Yeah. No, but this is a huge Zealot army backed up by this Colossus. You know,
Colossus is going to do work here.
Yeah.
2 kills already.
Yeah, heavy losses on both sides. But I'm still going to give this to ZvP, you know, because he can still burrow.
Yeah, no detection there for the Protoss, so he's just like, what you going to do about it? Nothing? That's what I thought. And yeah, now he's free to go up and try and get a surround around that Colossus. But it's not going to happen. He's going to have to pull back, I think. Oh, he does get it. All right, shut me up, ZvP. One more Colossus and a bunch more Stalkers come out to try and put these away. And it looks like he's actually going to commit to fighting the Protoss army rather than taking that free 3rd base, which he completely and totally could have killed if he tried it. But he does commit hard. He does get that Colossus down. There's nothing but a couple of Zealots and a few Stalkers sitting in the back. He's burning out another Colossus. It's not going to be out in time. And in the meantime, he's going to knock down all these pylons and possibly supply block flicEmyndri. No, he isn't going to get any more.
No, he just burrows, and he's just going to sneak in.
Yeah, and there's no observer coming out because he's trying to get out of Colossus. So nothing can see them while they're burrowed. And before the observer can get out, they pop up, destroy the robotics facility, and then pop back down again.
No, the Colossus definitely got out, but it's just hanging out.
Well, yeah, the Colossus did, but he beat up an observer right after that, and they destroyed it before the observer could come out.
Ah, yep.
All the time that they're burrowed, nothing's going to be happening. And he's going to have to get a cannon down in the area or build another robo base.
Look at this surround. He just moves them into place, and bam, gone.
Yeah, and if you don't have vision of the burrowed units, you can still see them by the ground moving, like the ground bubbles slightly. But it's really hard to see. It's just like looking at a cloak unit without detection. But there you go.
We get a good game out of flicEmyndri.
Nicely played, ZvP. I mean, hard to keep him down, I guess.
Yeah. End game.